Time now to meet the new Director of Tourism for the North West Development Agency. His name is Nick Brooks-Sykes and he joins me. Welcome.
Hello.
How long have you been in the job, sir?
3 months now.
And
yes.
how is it so far?
It's pretty good, yeah. Enjoying myself really.
OK, let's explain for those who don't know. The North West Regional Development Agency and the tourist bodies, how do they all fit together? OK,
at a national level we have Visit England, which is the national body for tourism, the National Tourist Board. There are then 9 regional structures, of which the North West Development Agency is that one in the North West. And then we, in turn, fund 5 sub-regional bodies, so 5 sub-regional tourist boards. And in Manchester's case, that's Marketing Manchester.
Right, and elsewhere in the North West, there's the Cumbrian Tourist Board, Cheshire and Warrington, Lancashire and Blackpool, and the Mersey Partnership.
That's right,
So there are 5 subdivisions, and you're kind of running those 5 in terms of funding and allocation of monies and the like?
That's right.
How do you decide, then, which bits of the North West get the money? Because, obviously, we champion Greater Manchester here, but clearly people in Merseyside want investment, as do people in Cumbria and the like. How do you decide who gets what money?
Well, we have ongoing discussions with them. So,
so they lobby you for cash?
Absolutely, yes. But at the start of the year, we sit down, we have a regional tourism framework which sets out our priorities at a regional level, and then each of those 5 bodies comes to us and says that what they're going to do to deliver their priorities. We then have a discussion with them and everybody goes away happy. Because
on the face of it, some areas you would have thought don't need that much help. I mean, I'm an outsider looking in. The Lake District, I would imagine, does quite well, thank you very much indeed. People know about it, they go. And yet 10 years ago you wouldn't have come to central Manchester for a weekend break, and now people do. Yeah. So you can support, you know, new enterprises like Manchester, perhaps, and the Lake District is just left to fend for itself. That's me looking in.
There's different priorities across the region. Obviously, we've got some very strong brands. So we've got the Lake District, we've got Manchester, we've got Liverpool, we've got Chester, we've got Blackpool, each different brands with different markets and then different needs. So in Manchester's case, there's a strong business tourism need, and we need to support that and help that grow.
You mean things like, well, the Tory Party conference being here
conferences,
recently,
exhibitions, people coming to do business in the city. Whereas in the Lake District, there's a strong dependency among small operators on leisure business, so we have to help support and grow that. So different priorities across different parts of the region.
Is there anywhere that you can't sell in the North West? I mean, as a region, I think it's terrific, but people aren't going to visit all bits of it,
No, I think we've got to be realistic. I mean, there's parts of the region that are different and are difficult.
That's a very diplomatic answer, if you don't
but I think it depends on markets. There's lots of different people with lots of different interests. So whether you're interested in industrial heritage, in which case you'll like East Lancashire. If you're interested in scenery, you'll like the Lake District. If you're interested in Roman heritage, you'll like Chester, or golf, you'll enjoy the coast. So that there's lots of different products, and we've really got something for everything. I think we're a bit spoiled, really. So
you have the 5 little regions who are asking you for money. Are you then, as the North West Development Agency, trying to get money out of national government for us over, say, you know, the North East or the South West?
Yeah, absolutely. But we in turn have regional priorities for the agency as a whole. We have a budget of some £400 million at the agency.
Wow.
And the agency's regarded tourism, the visitor economy, as really important. In the North West, we support 200,000 jobs in the sector, and the industry itself is worth some £14 billion. So that's a big industry, and the agency's decided that it will support that industry, so allocate more of its resources than it should do, really, to that sort of thing.
But the Tory party say that you have the Association of Greater Manchester Authorities, you've got Lancashire County Council, equivalents in Merseyside. We actually don't need a regional development agency. Local government could do it perfectly well, and they say they're going to abolish you when they come to power, don't they?
Well, I think that's all out for discussion yet. I think what we've got to do is to prove what we're doing adds value, and we bring together partnerships that otherwise wouldn't be there. So we've got a job to do in encouraging people to talk and doing things that individual local authorities possibly can't do.
And briefly, because we're coming towards the end of our time, but, you know, as destinations have changed and places like Manchester have become a tourist destination, as perhaps not before, has the way you sold our region or the way you sell it changed and the techniques you used?
Absolutely. The internet's become much more important than it ever was. More and more people are booking their products online, booking their holiday accommodation, their hotels.
Trying to change people's perception of parts of the region at all?
Absolutely. I think if you'd been in Manchester 20 years ago, you might have had a snigger about coming for a short break, but you certainly wouldn't do that these days.
Absolutely not, and hats off to you for that. Enjoy the rest of your job, and thanks very much indeed for coming in. Nice to have met you.